Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for some actually lower middle tier French tanks gameplay today. If you speak or understand French, you should have a pretty good idea of how many kills I'm going to get here. And if you don't, well, there's always Google. So I started out in my Lorraine, but look at the mini-map over there at our entire team spawning in the east spawn. And watch what happens with them and what happens with the A point as I head to the first cap here. Also, hi G Friedline, who's one of Origin's squadron guys. So I'm pulling up into the B point, waiting for my teammate to come up behind me. And look at our entire team of M18 Hellcats there, and watch what they're all going to do. Over there in the southeast. There they go, straight for the enemy spawn. In the meantime, the enemy is capturing A behind them, and do they react to that or try to do anything about it? No, of course not. So two of them are actually short of A, but with our entire team up there at the A point, I'm going to go for C with my teammate next to me here. So he's spreading out to the left, which is fine, and I'm going to push in right up on C. And there's our team just sitting outside their spawn and letting them have the A point and not pushing in to take it back from them. But in the meantime, I saw a Tiger with his turret facing away from me. And boy, did I get a good hit into him with my 155 HE. Then we see a KV-1B coming. Well, that's not something I really want to face head on, so I'm going to drive up here and set an ambush. A beautiful, beautiful ambush right up here on this little overpass as he comes below me down there in that little valley, which is really about the only chance I've got with HE against the KV-1. He shoots my teammate back there behind me. He has no idea that I'm up here. He's never seen me. I get to pull over, drop the gun down, and beautifully it drops right up over his turret. Because why the hell wouldn't it? So now I'm stuck in a total stalemate that I cannot possibly win here. So this is fun. In the meantime, all my team that drove up into the enemy spawn is now dead. Except for that one guy in an M18 who's obstinately going to do it again. Still driving up into their spawn while we're fighting for the A point. At least some of our team has taken the A point back away from the enemy here. And there now arrive the enemy team at our spawn over in the east. So beautiful. Quality gameplay. So right now, we've got our SPG sitting outside their spawn, and their SPG sitting out our spawn over in the east. And does our team spawn over in our west side to do anything about the A and the C caps? Or the B and the C caps, rather? No, of course not. They're just going to keep obstinately spawning in the east to fight off the spawn raping that's going on. Or take part in it, as the case may be. The KV-1 and Panzer IV F2 finally finished me off in my Lorraine there, so I can respawn now. Briefly considered coming back in my F6, F5, and then changed my mind and decided the SA-50 was going to be a better play, because we need tank reinforcements on the ground in the west side of the map here. So, back in the SA-50 it was. Now that KV-1B has actually been taken out, so that's good. So I'm heading back to look for him, but of course I missed him being killed while I was in the death cam there. And we're still fighting at A, and our team is still sitting in our eastern spawn. Those guys just kept spawning over there the whole time and never switched their spawn up to adjust to the actual situation on the battlefield, which was, we need A and C, B and C. I keep calling B A, but anyway. So I've got a target right up here in front of me somewhere, and then if you look over to the left, I know there's a tiger coming up, closing in on my teammate to my left there. You can see him right there. That's where my teammate is. There's a tiger moving in on him, but I can't see it. And if you look just to the left there, there's a Panzer IV F2 sitting up on top of a rock. I believe he could see me, and he shot artillery at me. I could just barely see him here. He shot just over me and just barely damaged my upper turret, but I managed to get a crew knockout shot on him. Right as my teammate off to my left, who was the only other guy helping me out here in the west, got taken out by that tiger. So now I'm going to go look for that tiger because I don't want a loose tiger coming in behind us. And there he is. Now watch this and tell me if you think this is a phantom shell or not right here. Sure looked like a phantom shell to me. I'm pretty sure that was on the tiger. I don't believe I shot over him there. But he somehow seems to have not noticed, so I think it was probably a phantom shell because it didn't hit his turret and bounce off it and make any noise or hit the dirt next to him. So he just took off right in towards the B point, and thankfully I was able to pull up behind him, get a good shot into the back of him, and then he presented his turret, which was even better. So I took that shot instead. And that's a tiger down. Now, pay attention to his name of the tiger that I just killed, because naturally he's going to come back 5 seconds later in an airplane. I mean, I don't blame him. I'd do the same thing if the opportunity presented itself, but... At least a revenge airplane kill, when it's not a suicide revenge airplane kill, is something I can tolerate. Now, that's not him right there. That's a 190. He comes back in a 110. As I put artillery on the A point to try and get our guys to recapture it. There's a DO-335B as well. All kinds of enemy airplanes up now. Unfortunately, I saw the 190A and the DO-335B. I did not see or hear the 110 coming until it was far, far too late. As you can see. Not much avoiding that bomb. Oh well. And yeah, Bronco, thank you. I appreciate the input, but there was no way that bomb was not going to kill me. Now, Ash may hate this plane in his recent video, but I gotta say, yeah, I agree with him on most accounts. This thing is a big flying whale, but oh my goodness, is the firepower absolutely gorgeous. And I'll show you what I mean in a second here. The firepower of this big old whale is monstrous. Monstrous. Got a good hit on that 190's right wing, but apparently not good enough. So, not coming back in a backup VB-1002. But I will come back in Le Jumbo, spelled J-U-M-B-E-A-U-X, of course. And no, I'm not an LSU fan, it's just funny. So yeah, like I said to Bronco, I did stop, but it really wasn't going to make a difference. There was nothing in the world I could have done there to avoid that bomb. My only saving grace there would have been that his timer was set too long. But anyway, look at that. We've captured all the points. Holy cow. How did that happen? And, hello, rock. Rock check. Rock's still good. Note that in the log, Gunner. Alright, they're taking the C point. So I'm heading for C. Thankfully, we're holding B steadily, and we're holding A for the moment, so we might have a chance of turning this battle around. And I'm going to head in towards C and see if I can help those guys over there. Now, in a minute, you're going to see what happens when you're focused on one enemy in your sights and don't see another enemy much closer. So, you see that enemy that I punched off my smoke to reload with my M62 rounds there? And I'm barreling in full speed to try and catch the guy who just captured the C point. And that is entirely where I'm looking, is right where my smoke is up in front of me. And if you notice off to the left, there's definitely an enemy tank there, but I completely did not see him somehow. So, yeah. Not much going on with the jumbo here. Completely focused in on the C point and my teammate behind the C point and trying to save him from the enemy tank that I had spotted that was just finishing up recapturing C. So, back in the AMX-13 we go. We've at least got A and B held, although our one heavy that's up at A has now gone to the enemy spawn, and they're capturing B from us somehow. So while I'm pretty close to B, I'll punch my artillery onto it and then come up from behind it, hopefully catching any enemies there by surprise, as they should be looking out towards our spawn. P-63A put a couple bombs on that marked an enemy. Turns out it's a light tank, and, well, hello there, darling. I chanced my own artillery hitting because we really need this capture point back. Thought for sure I was going to suicide myself with my artillery, but thankfully it was a tight pattern and concentrated to the left of me. Didn't actually even damage me at all. So you can see our heavy tank that was up at A has moved up to their spawn, and they're now capturing A behind him. Which is, of course, the Ostwind, or not the Ostwind, but the Nashorn that killed me previously in my jumbo, is what slowly crept its way up the hill to A and started capturing it. And what's this? Why, it's an enemy firing. Well, hello, lower front plate. I'll take that shot. So, Jagdpanzer or Hetz are down. Hetz are not going Hetz. And we've lost the A point, and our IS-1 has finally decided to turn around and head back there and see what he can do about it, instead of just staying there and holding it in the first place. So much of our team just spawned in the east and died in the gap where the stupid spawn camping happens. Non-stop. Non-stop, non-stop. I managed to make it all the way untouched to the C point somehow. Not exactly sure how, but got it decapped, got artillery ready, prepped my artillery to go up on the enemy tank up at A, put it in the gap where I expect enemies to come in, and get hit by the Nashorn that's now moved off the cap at A and back to the sniper hill. Which never would have happened if our IS-1 had just held tight at A. So got him marked and then headed back. At least I can take him out with my... If I can get a good side shot on him with my DCA-40, I can take him out pretty easily. So here we go again, back into the battlefield one more time. And there's now two Nashorns up at A, and one of them took out our IS-1. And apparently there's also a Tiger up there, so that's fun. I did at least decap the C point, but it's much easier for them to get up there and take it back than it is for us, of course. So as I come around our B point, I've got a pretty good sight picture on the side of this Nashorn. Put a few rounds through him and take him out, finally get a little bit of revenge on him. And then it's time to move back in for the A point. But first, let me deal with this airplane coming right at me. Thank goodness this thing has a rapid fire 40 mil. That was nice. So, moving up the hill to the A point now, I know that there is a Nashorn somewhere up here. I know there's supposed to be a Tiger somewhere up here. There's another enemy heavy that I marked out on the mini-map. And I'm just gonna do whatever I can up here in the DCA-40. Gave away my position by hitting that 109G, and of course in his right gear leg, naturally. That's the hit I got. But what could I do? I had to shoot at him. And right here I see the Nashorn and the Tiger start backing up. And I get hit in the front that takes out both of my tracks, so I can neither move, nor turn to angle myself, nor hit him with any counterfire here. So this is a lovely spot I'm stuck in. And Friedline, bless him, has just got free aim to just pummel my DCA-40 now. The best thing I can do here is put artillery up on him and hope that it takes out his soft-sided Nashorn. So that's what I tried. And there's not much else I can really do here. Except just absorb hits that give me a tiny little bit of score. Because what did my artillery do? Circled all around the Nashorn and didn't hit him.
We don't have the advantage anymore.
Beautiful. But I had enough points to come in with my F6, F5 late in the battle, which wasn't too bad. Really just need to knock out that Tiger and hopefully Friedline and his Nashorn so that our guys can move in and either take A or possibly C. And we can still win this battle. We've got the slightest of ticket advantages here. Let's see if we can find any enemies. There's our Tiger, parked nicely on top of the hill. Let's see if a couple 1000s will deal with that problem. Right as I got the 109G, probably from bailing out, possibly from trying to land and crashing, I'm not sure. But sort of a double kill of sorts there, and here's our friend, the Nashorn, moving into cap. Now, right as I killed him with my 50s, I punched my rockets off, but didn't realize that I didn't think I was gonna get him with the 50s, so unfortunately. Now we've got a couple of enemies straight firing back at me here. I realize this is a Flak Panzer 1. Get some MGs into him and finish him off for my Même und Douzaine kill. Precisely 12, or a dozen exactly. And our tickets are slowly bleeding away to the point of probably no return here, so tried to get back in my SA-50 and switched up the spawn here so I could try and go recapture the A point. But the amount of terrain and turns and hills I'm having to negotiate here are probably just going to take too much time. And that is in fact how it's going to end, as I put artillery on the enemy that's closing in on B to try and stop him from getting there. I can already tell I'm not going to make it to the A point here in time with this Sherman's engine, having to go up these hills and make these turns, which cost you speed. And the enemy starts capturing the B point, and that is the seal of doom upon this battle. But still, like Bronco said, we didn't do too bad for 5 on 10, considering most of our team was useless over in the east. What can you do? I guess you can get 12 kills and a couple of captures. Is the best you can do, and 99% battle activity. But there you have it. 12 kill battle, unfortunately in a loss, but it's fun to drop down to lower tiers occasionally. Sadly, I had 7 deaths, but at least I had 12 kills to go along with it. Look at those awards too. Woo! And quite the kill feed here. That'll do for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll be bringing more regular content along as soon as I can get it narrated, edited, and up on the channel. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and we'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone. Au revoir!